It was July 1945. The world was about to change forever, though no one knew it yet. In a quiet corner of New Mexico, near the town of Ruidoso, a group of 13-year-old girls was getting ready for a summer camp. Far from the global conflict, secret laboratories, and military decisions, they simply wanted to swim, laugh, and enjoy the freedom that comes with childhood. Among them was Barbara Kent, a cheerful, curious young girl with her whole life ahead of her. That sunny morning began like any other. The girls jumped into the river, splashing and laughing, never imagining they were about to witness and become victims of a historic event. Suddenly, without warning, a blinding flash lit up the sky. It was so intense that some girls screamed. Others covered their eyes as they burned from the sudden light. A massive cloud rose in the distance, followed by strange lights that seemed to tear through the sky. Hours later, a new surprise came from above. White flakes began to float over the campsite. They weren't cold like snow, but the girls didn't question it. They were young, excited, and believed the sky was gifting them a summer snowstorm. They smeared the flakes on their faces, laughed, and played in the water, not knowing they were surrounded by something invisible, something that would stay inside them forever. What they didn't know was that just 40 miles away, in a desolate area called Jornada del Muerto, the US government had just detonated the world's first atomic bomb. It was the Trinity test, part of the top-secret Manhattan Project. The explosion occurred at 5:29 a.m., atop a 100-foot metal tower. It was a turning point in human history, a scientific breakthrough unlike anything before, but it was also a silent tragedy for many. Although the site had been chosen for its supposed isolation, thousands of people lived nearby. Some, like the girls at the campsite, were less than 45 miles away. No one was warned. No one was evacuated. No one was protected. The air, the water, and the land were filled with radioactive fallout that would continue to fall for days. At first, no one spoke about it. The war ended. The world celebrated peace. Bombs fell on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and victory was declared. But in silence, the consequences began to show. One by one, Barbara Kent's friends began to fall ill, some still in their teens, others just entering adulthood. None of them reached the age of 30. All died from serious medical conditions, slowly, never understanding why. Only Barbara survived, though she spent her life enduring multiple health battles. She was the only one who lived long enough to tell what had happened that day beneath a poison sky. And this wasn't the only story. Years later in Australia, in a remote region called Maralinga, the British government, with the consent of the Australian government, conducted a series of nuclear tests between 1956 and 1963. Atomic bombs were detonated on lands inhabited by Aboriginal communities. They too were not warned. They too were not protected. Radiation spread through the air, the soil, the bodies. Over time, many became seriously ill. Many lives were lost in silence, without recognition or justice. Even today, their names are barely mentioned in the official record. This is the hidden side of progress, the one that doesn't appear in triumphant documentaries, the one with no medals, no national speeches. These are the invisible victims of scientific advancement, the small, silent lives that faded without anyone stopping to notice. And that is why this story must be told. Not to assign blame, but to remember that behind every monumental achievement, there may be human cost, that even the greatest technological feats can leave deep scars if they're not carried out with ethics, responsibility, and compassion. While the world remembers the cities destroyed by bombs, few think of the girls who died without ever knowing why, simply for being in the wrong place at the exact moment history decided to change forever.